And we should be live. Let me go ahead and check. YouTube is now telling me, apparently, that I can now censor people by putting them in timeout. As if that's a feature that's I should be praising? Seriously? No. Alright, we are live, and yes, if you heard, yeah, I just checked, and apparently YouTube told me that I could just put people in timeout if I really wanted to, censor people. That's not really my thing, so no, I'm not going to. But yeah, that's apparently something that they wanted to show me as a brand new feature. Because YouTube. But anyways, we are in fact live, and welcome to the live stream, everyone. I am joined today with returning guest, Doctor Kalkyl.
Hey.
And we are, of course, going to be having a look at some Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Of course, before we just got the stream started, I was talking to Kalkyl about Battlefield 1918 and some of the new features we're adding there with the upcoming 3.4 release. Since I know, since it is getting close to when it's going to be coming out, I'm pretty sure. Jiri Pazura says hello. Hello, Jiri Pazura. Urosocium says, Ace, I miscalculated while preparing dinner, so I'll be coming and going for a bit here. Hope I don't miss much. Or shenanigans like Darth Vader in surprise inspection day. Yeah! For those of you who didn't see that, that was rather amusing, to say the very least. But yeah, as I was talking to Kalkyl, though, I might as well mention, though, real quick, some of the stuff we're adding into Battlefield 1918. I'm mainly going to cover some of the stuff that we've already announced. There is additional stuff that we have not made public yet that is going to be released as well. But some of the highlights, so... Of course, one of the big features that people have been asking for is brand new animations as well as iron sights, because the original Battlefield 1942 did not have iron sight aiming. So we have both brand new animations for working the bolts, as well as, of course, iron sight aiming, as I mentioned. Another feature that a lot of people have been requesting, and one that we have also already announced, is a brand new war being added, specifically the Russian Civil War. And with that, we added four brand new factions for that specifically. So you've got the Red Army, the White Army, the Poles, and the Ukrainians all getting their own separate factions there. With some new maps, of course, to show that particular expansion in action. In addition to that, we also have at least two other brand new factions for the base game, for the base mod as well. The IMRO, I believe they're called, and the Romanian forces as well. So, yeah. Those are some of the really big changes. There's other things too, like improved coding, so to improve how trains function as well. So now, I believe you might recall that we couldn't really code the trains to be really mobile in single player mode, but that has been fixed, so now you can. So another feature there, and yeah, those are the big ones. So yeah, any thoughts on your end, Kalkyl?
No.
Fair enough. But yeah, like I said, we've got some other stuff as well. Oh yeah, yeah, so stuff like I know some of the new maps have objectives like destroying a bridge in one of the new maps, so destructible terrain, at least in some cases, with regards to the objectives themselves, which will be a nice little touch. I think people will agree. And yeah, there's plenty of other stuff too, like even the grenades getting their own animation. A lot of the grenades getting new animations. So, it's not just the default animations anymore. Now you have basically. Your character will light the fuse of the grenade the way that it actually would have been historically done. So, stuff like that. Anyways. But yeah, that's before getting into the new maps, and of course there's going to be a fair number of those, as well as older maps getting AI added in, so you can now just play those in single player or co-op if you should so desire. And I might have even, I'm not going to go too much into it, but we might have even found some of the older maps that we had that hadn't actually made it into an official release yet, and we might have touched them up a little bit to actually bring them here as well. So we'll see how that goes. Anyways, so Knights of the Old Republic, and like I said, there might be a few other things like new factions and whatnot that we haven't officially announced yet that are going to be in. How many is going to be up for debate until it actually gets released, but yeah, expect more. Anyways, let's go ahead and actually get into some KOTOR. Days of Fear, Part 3. Teamed with the neurotic starship thief Slisk, fugitive Padawan Zane Carrick and his gangster partner Griff find themselves where they least wanted to be. Back at the Republic's battlefront with the warlike Mandalorians. Griff and Slisk take to the situation right away, running a flying commissary for the Republic soldiers, who are setting up defensive installations on Sirocco. But Zane worries the defenses are too close to the cities of the world's native population, the downtrodden Starab. When a false premonition warns Zane that the Mandalorians will bombard the world with nuclear weapons the next evening, he determines to warn the Republic's Admiral Karath. But what he doesn't know is that Karath believes Zane is a Mandalorian spy. So yeah, that is going to be an interesting situation, to say the very least. I guess that's Griff there, so I'll voice it. Slisk, where are you? I told you to shut down the kitchen. I want to raise ship before... Wait, what's that smell?
Randorshan Flattel. Yes, I will voice him like Gollum.
Alright.
Back her, Master Griff. They're not so great. But if you saute them after you load on the fruit, we'll try some.
Okay, maybe we'll leave after the breakfast rush. No sense letting good product go to waste. I have to support the hustle on this. I have to respect it. Siege says hello. Hello, Siege. Jackson the Clanner says greetings. And...
Privet, Gel.
Huh?
He said Privet, Gel. I don't know what it means, but I can read it.
Alright.
Nice. Like postavi. Okay. The Chitai. I don't know the exact details of Cyrillic.
Well, I might have to put this through Google Translate later when I get the chance. Jackson the Clanner says, who let Smeagol in here? Siege says, oh look, making delicious food of quality earns money. Yeah! Funny how that works.
The strangeness.
Someone should show this comic to game developers, modern game developers for the AAA market. If you make a good game, you'll make money.
Ooh.
What is this sorcery you present us? So, you know what? I'm curious enough. I'm gonna see about trying to put some of this through Google Translate since I don't.
Go esli ja budu bazari na vil ikom I
Mogu Jim. It's so good. I'm so good at reading Cyrillic. I'm being very sarcastic here.
Yeah. The only ones I noticed were I could actually read are Car and Car 2 because Deluxe because those are not in Cyrillic.
Those are Latin. What the fuck? Hello. Bethesda be like, yeah.
Those are okay. So we have in that one line we have Cyrillic, we have Latin, and we have the Arabic numerical system.
That is true. That is true. You get me on that one.
Jackson Glenner says company, but microtransactions. Grandmaster Gav86 says Bethesda does not compute. Siege says, why is he not telling his customers to bugger off? What is this sorcery of business alchemy? Lol. Yeah, I know. What's this? Someone wants to actually buy our stuff? Let them!
Disgraceful. But what of their opinions? What of their opinions, Ace? Maybe they have wrong opinions.
Who cares? They're giving me money.
That last thing he posted doesn't even look like a word. That looks like nonsense.
Well, I can't really read any of it, and I kind of...
Pancake.
And I can't apparently just use... can't really copy and paste it for Google Translate, so...
Blinia ne znajo etot. Wait, hold on, no, wait, that's... Yeah, okay, nie znajo. Nie znajo. I think. And here comes the I can't speak Czech. Even though... Can you use Google Translate? Well, hopefully. Ruski.
Jury presume... Yeah, I can't really read that either, but...
That he's a Czech.
Yeah, I can notice that, but...
You know that R thing he has in his name? That's like one of the weirdest sounds in all of language. It's a rolled R, but it's slightly close to an S sound. It's a wacky little sound that really only exists in Czech.
Ah, okay. Alright, let's go ahead and carry on. That's the last of the loads. Camp 3... Oh, wait. I guess that's someone else here. So, you want me to go ahead and voice him?
Yeah, that's a stranger. We don't know who that is.
Yeah.
You can go ahead.
That's the last of the loads, Camp 3 Command. I'll give your regards to the courageous. Say hi to the Mandalorian armies for me.
I guess I'll voice flight command. Here gave one of the newbies a fright here yesterday. Fleet, how about buzzing a few off the steerers? Wait, what?
Starab.
The Starab buildings on your way out.
Guys, that's the old Carthonasi you're talking about. Captain Karath made Admiral says he's gonna take me under his wing. It'll be by the book from now on. But I'll let you serve on my bridge one day, if you play your cards right. Enjoy your war, short haul leader out. Jackson the Clanner says, isn't this a Mando war crime comic? It looks like it'll turn into that, let's just say. Ha!
God!
Well, if it isn't my friend from the restaurant. Making a delivery, kiddo?
How do you know I was here?
This is a cargo ship. When I'm heavy after liftoff, I figure either I forgot to drop off a load of trouble, or I picked one up. What brings you here? Shad, was it?
I need you to take me to see Admiral Karaf.
Admiral, hey, there are easier ways to join the Navy, and better days for it, too. The Mandalorians will be here in a few hours.
That's why I'm here. That's why I've got to see him now.
When the sun oh, right, that's your character still.
When the sun sets on Camp 3 tonight, the Mandalorians will arrive and they'll destroy every settlement on the planet. Out of disdain for our strategy of putting our defenses right next to cities.
Sorry, kid. I don't know what I expected to hear, but that's some story. And you know this how?
I heard Mandalore say it. Or I heard him going to say it, I mean. I saw the future. It was all in the vision I had.
Vision? You're a cook.
I'm a Jedi.
You're a lunatic.
Yoink.
Okay, you're a Jedi. They warned me there were connection issues, apparently.
Right, that explains it.
So it's gonna be one of those days. Okay, then.
A day like many others, unfortunately.
Alright, we are back. What was the last line you heard?
Me personally? I think it's Jedi Scouts, I think was the last I heard.
Alright. They warned me there might be Jedi Scouts snooping around the lines, guys who want the Jedi involved in the war. You one of those?
Not exactly, but I did have a vision about Serico. And we'd better pay attention to it.
These Jedi visions are that reliable, huh?
Not always. The future can always change, but getting a vision is like getting a big hint to a larger riddle. Ignore it and you might miss something important.
So tell me, is there a limit to what you ought to do to stop one of these visions from coming true? Would you kill someone?
It would be a hard decision.
Well, you may get us both killed. Interrupting Sarah Karath while he's preparing for battle isn't the best of moves. But I'm due on the Bridge of the Courageous in an hour anyway, for the opening festivities. We'll see what he thinks of all this. One thing... Alright. That's your
Something,
character.
Lieutenant. Can I use your comm system? I have to make a call. And I have a feeling I won't get another chance.
Yeah, trust those feelings, Jedi. Ironic, but I digress. Camp 3, Sirocco. Is that you, henchman? Where are you?
Never mind that. Haven't you left Serico already?
Well, there were a few things to take care of.
I'm not kidding, Griff. This is for real. You've got to leave.
All right, kid, all right. We'll try to catch up with you again when we're underway.
You're leaving now, right?
You got it. Any minute now. So long.
God. This is really great. Anyways, I got my whole troop here. Your cook got the lunch plates ready?
You got it. Any minute now. The courageous with the Republic line protecting Sirocco. I guess, do you want to voice the Admiral or should I?
You go.
I always said you were a man who was going places on our sea, but I continue to marvel at the things you bring back. You don't have a Jedi here at all, but someone a lot more interesting. I've been studying his file. He's the Jedi killer, CIARAN. What? Oh, yes. Aren't you, son? Didn't recognize you earlier on the surface, but with that Snivian down and the wagon, now it makes sense. Morva's password for the Chief Vildari. See if he can find some binders for our young guest.
I am Zane Carrick. Sorry, Carth.
You want to voice the other guy that says yes, sir?
Oh, right. I thought you said it, but alright. Yes, sir. And I already said the thing, so... But I didn't do what they've accused me of.
Don't be modest. You did that and a lot more. You're still working, aren't you?
What are you talking about?
Karth, you've got a real live Mandalorian spy. Bet you didn't think they made those.
Spy?
Oh yes, it's why you're here now, with your story of visions and destruction. Mandalore's sure becoming fond of intrigues in his old age. The Mandy's planted a sleeper agent on Taris right in the Jedi Order. The boy kills the new crop of the Jedi and destabilizes the planet. Next thing you know, they're invading everywhere. And we spot the boy leaving Vanquo for Mandalorian space. Vanquo, I bet you did some work there too, didn't you? And now he's here, wanting us to move our installations. What a coincidence. I suppose you've already told your boss about us. What did Mandalore have to say? What force is he bringing?
I do not know Mandalore. I am not a spy. I told you I'm trying to save the people of Serico. And your people too.
You're one of them. I'm not a cruel man, but I'm pragmatic when it comes to protecting my forces. I'll make you talk if I have to.
I can explain everything, but there's no time for that right now. Serico's in danger. You believe me, don't you, Carth?
Don't ask me. This is above my pay grade. We just met, Admiral. He told me he was with the Jedi Crusaders.
Yes, that's where I went from Vanquo. I was in Mandalorian territory to rescue the Jedi from Flashpoint Station. Call Squint. He's one of them. He'll vouch for me.
Squint?
Yes, he and his master know more about this than anyone. If you won't listen to me, listen to them. Maybe they've had the same visions. They know what the Mandalorians are capable of. They'll tell you to move those forces too.
Visions? I suppose the Squint is okay with your killing Padawans.
No, He doesn't know anything about that. It's a long story. Alright, just call him.
You say his name is Squint. What's his real name?
I don't know.
Ha! He doesn't know. This is rich. If you're the face of Mandalorian espionage Jedi, we have less to worry about than I thought. Onasi, let's play it his way. Go down to the comm center and see if the Jedi Council can locate this great friend and ally of his, whose real name he doesn't know. They're looking for Carrick either way, so we owe them a call. I'll do that. I spent enough time working there. I think I remember the way. Do it fast. I still want you at Tactical when the Mandies show up. It's the big moment for all of us, Eckarth. This time, we're ready for them. Camp 3, Sorako. I never thought the lunch crowd would drag into the afternoon like that. I guess we should go now. Slisk, warm up the engines and... Freet. What's going on?
No, that's a terror. No, bad, no. Another accent. Mandalorian ships just came out of hyperspace at the edge of the system.
Shouldn't you be going then?
We're gonna be in the field for who knows how long, Snevian. We'll take whatever you can wrap.
Payments to the right, please.
Real hustler.
The Courageous at the edge of Surakhan space. Now, you want to voice the second officer here?
Okay. Mandalorian battle group in from hyperspace, Admiral. Just off the ecliptic. One dreadnought, several assault ships. Enemies holding position at the edge of our weapons perimeter.
What are they doing?
Admiral, please! You've got to get those camps away from the cities of Seriko. Off Seriko could be better. Would be better.
Oro says, well, shit. Sorry, stuff happened and I ended up away from here for half an hour almost. Was the comic good? Yes, so far it is good. And he also says, and where there is business, remember to pay for everything. Yeah. Another word and you're off my bridge. You're only here because I want you to see what we're going to do to your Mandalorian friends. If they're going to invade Sorako, they're going to need a lot more ships than they've brought. Alright.
Fired, missiles fired, full spray. Sensors detect multiple warheads on each with radioactive signature. They're nuclear, Admiral.
Heavy stuff early, eh? They must not like our numbers. Divert power to shields, prepare to launch countermeasures, and give me a firing solution on the Dreadnought. We'll give them some of...
Check that. A bearing change on inbounds.
What?
No! Missiles are tracking around Courageous. Repeat, around Courageous. They weren't aimed at the fleet. They're heading for...
Camp 3, Sorako.
Goblin voice. No, what the hell? I have forgotten how to do Gollum now. Now, there we go. Master Griff?
What is it, Slisk? I've got my hands full here.
You remember when you asked me to warm up the engines? I forgot to mention that when I raped the little bird... BYRNE, It was while its owners were getting ready to refuel it. We just had enough fuel to get here.
What? Will we not be able to make hyperspace?
I'm not sure we'll be able to make orbit. We were doing so well. I assumed we'd buy more fuel here when we...
Maybe... Maybe we shouldn't have served seconds. The Courageous, above Sirocco. I'm back. Sorry, I'm late? Keep chasing them. Where's the blasted missile defense fire?
Not online yet. The camps weren't expecting. The people! The people!
Master.
Feel it. I feel it.
Quinella, it's Lucian. What was that? Oh wait, no, that's my bad. That's my character. Quinella, it's Lucian. What was that?
That was it. Brain, good morning. It's not morning, it's night. That was what it feels like when a vision starts to come true. People.
What are those Mandy ships doing?
That's a different character, but I'll take that too.
Not moving, Admiral. We're waiting to see what they're waiting. What we're waiting to see. We count impacts near 27 populated areas, Admiral. Heavy damage to the human settlements. The Stereb cities appear to have been wiped clean away.
And are ships leaving the surface? How many ships?
8 vessels escaped, sir.
The little Pivoli was one of them?
What?
Fringe mess ship out of routes here. Would have been at Camp 3.
I don't know, I
think I've got it. Mainstream. Looks like it tried to make a getaway. It was just too late.
Why wouldn't you leave, Griff? What?
We'll marshal our forces and pull back. Find a place to make a stand. This is a new phase of the war. We're going to have to change the way we look at things.
What do we do about him, Admiral?
There were Jedi looking for you on Taurus. I hear there still are. If we can stay alive once we're out of this, I'm going to find them. And I'm going to give you to them. I don't know if you're a traitor or a murderer or just crazy. I'm not smart enough to know. They are. And I'm sure anything they can do to you is worse than I can imagine right now. Or at least I hope it is. This guy, I think, is in complete shock and now denial at the fact that this kid told him exactly what was going to happen and he just wouldn't listen.
He's coping hard.
Yeah. That is some massive cope and see there. Jackson the Clanner says, ooh, war crimes. Yes, indeed. Oro says, time to glass the planet. Money will be the death of someone here. The furry slayer waves. Hello, the furry slayer. Oro says, the money, he couldn't leave the money. He's in bison, but with incompetence instead of evilness.
Some evilness, too.
Later. Lieutenant Anassi, to see the prisoner. Zane, you awake? I didn't get to tell you, but I never got your Jedi friend. He was on a mission somewhere else. Anyway, I was already there in the comm center, so I did something for old time's sake. You remember how I told you I used to call up the Starab City, send people in their underground shelters with a bogus tornado warning? Well, it still works.
You call the city?
No. I called 17. That's all I had time for. Busy day for the weather desk. I don't know if I did any good. We still haven't heard from anyone. Those catacombs, they go pretty deep. They used to live there. They can do it again. I don't know whether to believe you, but I saw how you treated that Starab. And I guess I figured I'd sent them underground for less. I hope, if it comes to it, somebody would play the same joke on my family. Hang in there, Zane. The end. Well, that was a bleak but good way to end the comic, I'd say, with some potential hope.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, thoughts?
Dang, bro.
Yeah, that was a pretty good comic. That is definitely the case. Who knows? Maybe there's even a chance Griff and Slisk might have just made it, if only due to the shelters and whatnot. Because we know that they don't even have enough fuel to get into orbit, so they might not have actually tried to take off.
Well, he did try, yes. See if they succeeded.
Jackson the Clanner says, Mando war crimes go burr. Yep. And this is also how you do a setup for a plot twist at the end there, with there being some hope that at least some of the cities survived. Because we know that, because this guy mentioned that he did used to play pranks by calling for bogus tornado alarms. So him deciding to do it to 17 cities to save everyone. That is a good little plot twist that actually, it's one of those cases where, yeah, they did actually create the setup there. This is what High Republic tries to do sometimes, but fails spectacularly to do.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the guy that wrote this comic made it seem absolutely effortless. That is how well written this comic is. So yeah, definitely an easy recommendation for me for everyone to read this comic if they want, because this is really good. Do you have anything else you'd like to add to this?
Well, it's nice to see freaking Griff being Griff. I love that.
Yep.
Such a fucking grifter that he can't even get off the fucking planet to save his own life.
He is an absolute unit. He is just. Did you hear anything else on your end? Are you there, Kalkyl?
Yeah, I'm back.
Alright, cool.
You're back, I suppose it is.
Yeah, so what was the last thing you heard me say?
Well, I remember me being the last thing speaking before you just disappeared. But you did mention something about Griff on his grind.
Yeah, he is. Griff has the Sigma Alpha Male grind set going. That's for sure. Siege says hello again. Hello, Siege. And Reese says broken little. Yeah. But I do think it's a good. It's probably a good sign to go ahead and call it. But is there anything else you'd like to add to this Kalkyl?
Nothing else to say.
All right. Well, I think it's a good time to go ahead and call it. So, yeah, this has been Ace.
This has been Kalkyl.
And we both hope to see you all again soon. Until then, take care.